Hello friends and welcome to YouTube channel on Engineering Mathematics by Dr. Navneet. Friends, in this video lecture we are learning the basic results which are related to Z transformation. Whenever we start learning any new chapter in applied mathematics course, then very first question in our mind is which are the results related to Z transformation, or how many results are required to learn the concept of Z transformation. So to address this student problem, so I have prepared this video lecture. So in this video lecture we are discussing all those basic results which are related to Z transformation only. Now friends, let's start with the first result. So this whole Z transformation, in this whole Z transformation, so concept of sequence is used, which is very important for learning the Z transformation. So friends, first try to learn the definition of sequence. So an ordered set of real or complex number is called a sequence. This is very simple definition of sequence. Then generally, so different people use a different way for denoting the sequence. So some people denote sequence by curly bracket UK, U suffix k here, or some people denote this by U of k curly bracket, or some people denote this by F suffix k in curly bracket. Some people denote this by F of k in curly bracket, or some people may denote this by X suffix k or X of k, or some people may write this in terms of curly bracket, so U1, U2, U3, U4 and so on. So these are the different way of representing the term sequence. So in our video lecture, so we are using the notation for denoting sequence as sequence U suffix k. So this is the notation we are using for this video lecture. Now friends, this is the notation to denote the sequence. So now let's learn the concept which is called as a representation of sequence. So there are two different way of representation of this sequence. So first way is all the terms of sequence can be listed as, so this is here example is given. Suppose this is the sequence UK, which is equal to in curly bracket. So this is 10, 5, 2, minus 1, minus 3, minus 2, 1 and 4. So in this set, so after 10, one arrow is there. So the symbol arrow used to denote the zeroth position in the sequence. That means whenever arrow is there below the any element, then that element is the zeroth position element of that sequence. So that is denoted by k is equal to 0. That means this is the zeroth position element of the sequence. Now for understanding purpose, so here example, so sequence UK is given as 15, 13, 10, 8, 5, 2, 0 and 3. So this is the sequence which is represented in terms of curly bracket. So then below it, so symbol arrow is there. That means this is the zeroth position of this sequence. So that means we can denote this by U of 0 is equal to 8. So we can denote this by U of 0 is equal to 8. So right hand side all positive terms are there. So we can write this as U1 is equal to 5. Then this is U2 which is 2. Then U3 is equal to 0 and U4 is equal to 3. That means from 0th position we are denoting all positive term towards right hand side and all negative term towards left hand side. So this is 0th position. Now this position is called as U minus 1, which is 10. Then this is U minus 2 and this is the position of U minus 3. In this way we denote the sequence with the help of this symbol arrow. So but in some cases it may possible that arrow may not be given in the example. So if the symbol arrow is not given, then the left hand end term is considered as the term corresponding to 0th position. That means k is equal to 0. So here for your understanding purpose, so one example is given. So example is sequence UK is equal to 5, 3, minus 1, 0, 6 and 8. So this is the sequence and these are the element in that sequence. But here symbol, such type of arrow symbol is not available. But this note says that whenever arrow symbol is absent, then left hand, this word is important, left hand end term. So this is the left hand and this is the right side. So this is the left hand end term. So this is the left hand end term, which is 5. So this 5 denote the 0th position of the sequence. That means u naught is equal to 5. Then this is the first element, this is the u2, and this is u3, this is u4 and u5 value of the sequence. So one more example, suppose another sequence is vk. So then elements are 9, 7, 5, 3, 1, -2, 0, 2 and 4. So here the symbol, such type of symbol arrow is absent. So whenever arrow is absent, then left hand end term, so this is the left hand end term, which is 9, is the 0th position of the sequence. So let's denote this by v naught is equal to 9. So this is v1, which is 7, v2 is 5. In this way we can continue the element. This is v4, v5, v6, v7, v8. So v8 is 4. So in this way we represent the sequence. This is the first concept for a representation of sequence. So all the element of sequence can be listed in this way, and because of this arrow we denote the 0th position of the sequence. If arrow is absent, then left end term of the sequence is the 0th position of the sequence. And then second way of representation of sequence is to define the general term of sequence. So here example is given. Suppose sequence uk is equal to 1 upon 3 raised to k for all k. So for all k means k belongs to -infinity to +infinity. So these are the possible values for k. So if we put k is equal to 0, that means at 0th position, then we get this as 3 raised to 0. 3 raised to 0 is 1. So this is 1 upon 1. That means we get 0th position as 1. So in particular, if we put the positive value to k, then we get this as 1 upon 3 raised to 1, 1 upon 3 raised to 2, 1 upon 3 raised to 3, 1 upon 3 raised to 4 and so on. So this goes to up to infinity. Similarly, if we put minus value for k, then we get this as 1 upon 3 raised to -1, 1 upon 3 raised to -2, 1 upon 3 raised to -3 and so on. So this goes up to -infinity. So this is one of the way of representation of this sequence, or some people may write this sequence as, so this is 1, so that means we can write this as 3 raised to 0, then this is 1 upon 3, that means this is 3 raised to -1, 1 upon 3 square means this is 3 raised to -2, 1 upon 3 cube means 3 raised to -3 and so on up to infinity. Similarly, so this side is 1 upon 3 raised to -1, so this become 3 raised to +1 after taking in the numerator. So similarly, this is 3 square, this is 3 cube and so on. So this is the second way of representation of sequence. So once again, try to understand there are two different way of representation of sequence. So whenever such type of sequence is there, so arrow may be there. If arrow is absent, then denote the first term of this sequence as 0th position. If arrow is present, then denote that arrow value as the 0th position value of the sequence. And second term is that kth value is given. So in particular, put the value of k and we get the required sequence. Now, so here, because of this first and second representation of the sequence, one note is provided. The sequence of uk can be written as, so this is very important notation for learning the concept of Z transformation. So we can denote the sequence uk by, so this is the 0th position, which is denoted by u of 0. So this is all positive term, that means u1, u2, u3, u4 up to infinity, and this side is u -1, u -2, u -3 up to infinity. So this is the way to write the sequence uk. This is useful for learning the Z transformation. So then there is one more type of sequence that is called as casual sequence, and sequence whose term corresponding to k is less than 0 are all 0. That means all negative terms are 0, then that sequence is called as casual sequence. So here example is given. Suppose sequence UK is equal to 8, 6, 4, 2, 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 and 12. So here position symbol arrow is absent. That means this is the 0th position. So there is no element left to 0. That's why this sequence is called as casual sequence. Then let's learn the basic operations which are related to a sequence. Assume that this UK and VK are two sequences. Then equality is if these two sequences are equal, if all the term of UK and VK are equal for all values of k, then addition. Suppose sequence UK is there and sequence VK is there. If we add this, it is always possible for us to add these two sequences, and we can add this as sequence UK plus VK. Then third basic operation is scalar multiplication. If A is any constant, then we can write this as A into sequence UK is equal to A times UK its sequence. Then similarly linearity. So A into sequence UK plus B into sequence VK, we can write this as sequence UK plus B VK. So this is called as linearity property of the sequence. Then one more important thing about this sequence is the convergence of sequence and divergence of sequence. So sequence is convergent if k term of sequence, suppose this is the sequence UK and its k term tends to be, if the k term of sequence UK tends to a finite value, so this sequence takes the finite value as k tends to infinite. When k tends to infinity, sequence tends to finite value, then such a sequence UK is called as convergent sequence. Otherwise it is called as non-convergent sequence. So friends, here we learn the basic results which are related to the Z transformation, and basically all these results are related to sequence. In short, so this is the notation to denote the sequence. So UK, f of k, or some people may denote this by xk and so on. So there are two representation of sequence. So this is the one, symbol is there, symbol is not there, then consider this as the initial or 0th position of the sequence, and this is the second way, which is the general term. Then these are the basic operations which are related to sequence. Now let's take some other basic results which are related to Z transformation. Now friends, after concept of sequence, let's learn some more results which are related to Z transformation. So next result, which is very important for solving the example based on Z transformation. So this concept is geometric progression. So if we represent the term as A plus AR square plus AR cube and so on up to infinity, where this A is the first term of the sequence and this R is called as the common ratio of the sequence, then we can write the sum of such type of geometric sequence as sum of this geometric progression as A upon 1 minus R, where A is the first term and R is the common ratio between the two terms, and value of mod of R is less than 1. So friends, this result is very important for learning the concept of Z transformation. So we are using this concept for solving each and every example of Z transformation. So sum of the sequence is A upon 1 minus R and mod of R is less than 1. So this is called as geometric progression. Then next result, we know the complex number. In complex number, we represent complex number x plus iy is equal to z. So then mod of z is equal to root of x square plus y square. If we take its square, then we get this as x square plus y square. This is one of the concept in complex number. Similarly, we know the equation of circle. So this is the equation of circle, x square plus y square is equal to a square. This is the equation of circle with center at origin and radius as a. So if we consider these two equations, then if we write the equation x square plus y square is greater than 16, this indicates the collection of point lies outside the circle x square plus y square. So we get such type of diagram. So this diagram is related to the equation x square plus y square is equal to 16. Similarly, if we write the equation as x square plus y square is less than 16, then this is the collection of point lies inside the circle. So these words are important. So this is outside when value of x square plus y square is greater than radius, and this is called as lies inside when the equation of circle is less than radius. Then this is the diagram which is related to the equation x square plus y square is less than 16. Friends, this second concept is very useful for finding the region of convergence of sequence with the help of Z transformation. So these two results are useful. So once again, this result is useful for finding almost all examples of Z transformation, and to find the region of convergence, this concept is useful. Now along with this, we are then friends, next result is 1 upon 1 minus x, which is written as 1 minus x raised to minus 1, which is equal to 1 plus x square plus x cube and so on. Already we learned these two results during a linear transformation, linear differential equation with constant concept unit. So now next result is 1 upon 1 plus x, which is 1 plus x raised to minus 1. So alternative sign is plus minus and so on. So then this is called as binomial theorem. So a plus b raised to n is equal to a raised to n. So this is in power of a. So we can write this as a raised to n plus then nc1 a raised to n minus 1 b plus nc2 a raised to n minus 2 b square and so on. That means the power of a goes on decreasing by 1 and power of b goes on increasing by 1. So a power decreases, b power increases. So this is b raised to 0, b square and so on. So this is the general term for binomial theorem. NCR a raised to n minus r, b raised to r and so on up to b raised to n, a raised to 0. So where value of NCR is equal to n factorial upon this is r factorial into n minus r factorial. This is we know from combination concept. Then NC0 is 1, NC1 is n and NCn is 1. So this is called as binomial theorem. Then in particular, if we put the value of a is equal to 1 and b is equal to x, raised to n is equal to 1 plus nx plus n into n minus 1 by 2 factorial x square, then n into n minus 1, n minus 2 upon 3 factorial x cube and so on. So this is the particular case. Then this is the result which is related to the log of 1 plus x is equal to x minus x square by 2 plus x cube by 3 minus x raised to 4 by 4 and so on. Alternative sign is plus minus. Whereas log of 1 minus x is equal to, this is minus everywhere, minus x square by 2 minus x cube by 3 minus x raised to 4 by 4 and so on. Then one more result, e raised to x is equal to 1 plus x square by 2 factorial, x cube by 3 factorial plus and so on up to infinity. Then friends, if we got the odd term, so for example 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13 and so on. So then we can represent the general term for this odd term as 2n minus 1. So this is the general term which is related to the odd term. Then value of n start from 1 to infinity. So n is equal to 1, then we get this as 2 minus 1 is 1, so we get first term. N is equal to 2, 4 minus 1 is 3 and so on. Similarly even term, so for even term 0, 2, 4 and so on. So generally we can write even term with the help of standard result 2n. So where n start from 0. If n is equal to 0, we get 0. N is equal to 1, we get this as 2 and so on. So again we require the result of sine of a plus b, which is sine a cos b plus cos a sine b. Then cos of a plus b is equal to cos a cos b minus sine a sine b. So these are the two important result. Then we know this hyperbolic function result. Cos hyperbolic is equal to e raised to x plus e raised to minus x upon 2. Sine hyperbolic is e raised to x minus e raised to minus x upon 2. Again for sine x we can write this as e raised to ix minus e raised to minus ix upon 2I. This 2I term is important. Many times we write this as only 2. So this is the 15th result. Now 16th result is cos of x is equal to e raised to ix plus e raised to minus ix upon 2. So all these results are very much useful for learning the concept of Z transformation. So please try to understand all these result. If we understand all this result, or if you remember all this result, then you can easily solve the examples which are related to Z transformation. So friends, I hope you people like this lecture. So thank you. So thanks to one and all. Thank you.